Ask yourself this: how do you save money? Maybe you cut back on shopping for certain things, or perhaps go for generic brands at the store. Whatever it is, according to the latest U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, we need to get better at saving money. And here to help us figure out how to do this is personal finance specialist Skip Cohen. Thank you so much for coming in again, Skip.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Can I just tell you, I'm so glad that you're here and talking about this because I think this is something that so many of us can relate. Myself included. It's so difficult. It is just so difficult for so many of us to save money. First of all, let's talk about why it's so important to do so.
Well, I mean, eventually all of us are going to retire. That's one good reason to do it, but it's not the main reason. The main reason to save is for unexpected emergencies. Life happens.
Yeah.
Water heaters blow up, tires go bad, refrigerators die, and you need emergency cash. And if you don't have that, you'll tend to put it on credit and build debt, which we talked about last week a lot. But keep this in mind. Saving money over time really does add up to an awful lot because, as Einstein said, the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. And I think maybe he was right.
Wow. You know, let's say someone, a family out there, someone is making about $35,000 a year. How much of that money should be saved? Because it doesn't, to be honest with you, $35,000 is not a whole lot of money.
It's really tough, Elizabeth. And when you look at it and say, all right, gosh, how am I going to do this? A rule of thumb, if you'll take 10% of your net and somehow, through combinations of things, put it away. Now, the key is to put it away where you can't get your hands on it.
That would be key, wouldn't it?
Well, especially once you get beyond that emergency threshold, whatever that number is in your head.
Okay.
For me, it's $500. If I have $500 in cash, easily accessible, then I'm comfortable.
So can you give some examples of maybe some places when you say put it away where you can't access it? Are you talking like a special, set up a special type of fund?
Well, you can set up a fund, an IRA, perhaps if you're not already involved in a 401k, you can do that.
Okay.
So
you just work it, change it.
Well, yeah, you can open a separate bank account, perhaps that is a savings account, so it's not as easily accessible as a checking account. Various different things you can do.
Do you find folks actually do it like automatically through their bank and
That's
have
the best way.
You know, like maybe 10% of your pay.
10% of your net, yes. 10% of your
net.
net.
Is your take home,
yeah,
right.
right. Yes. Bank withdrawals where you never see the money, that's the easiest way, but not all of us can do that.
And then so what do? Like you were saying, and I thought you were joking, but you're actually serious. You're saying maybe even bury it if you have to.
If I had to. If I had to keep my hands off of it, yes, I would bury it. Absolutely. Why not? At the very least, when I'm going to go out there to dig it up, the thought's going to occur to me, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't do this. And then I guess, but the question is, how do you do it if you're not having something out of your bank account? I mean, you can save your change. Does that amount to a lot?
Right.
It does, actually.
Let's talk about a couple more things quick before we wrap. What are some of the places, what are some of the things we should cut back on, in your opinion? And maybe some of the things we should not?
Well, I mean, think about how much you spend on lattes every week, right? How many of those do you have a week? Cut back on one. Just give up one. And that $5, put that $5 in a baggie. The next thing you know, you'll have I mean, my wife and I have been saving $5 bills since August. We've saved $1,500.
Wow, you're right, it does add up.
It adds up quick.
It adds up. And it's about, I know we're running out of time, but you said it's really about forming a habit.
Yes,
getting
ma'am.
a habit of doing it. It
Yes,
becomes
ma'am.
a life part of your
Absolutely.
life, right?
It needs to become a habit. You need to think about it all the time.